when you guys walked in, I was in a high-level meeting, which I think you guys were pretty impressed by. But Wiz Khalifa, we were in a meeting.
Well, first of all, when I walked in, I smelled weed. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I thought Kevin Connolly left because the last show we did, he was high. He smoked a joint.
Which was great.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. So Dillon, you're a fucking beast because Constance Schwartz, who represents Wiz and set up this meeting for me and him, she said, do you mind if he smokes in the studio? And I said, I'll smoke with him if he does the podcast. And she said, see how the vibe is. And he's awesome. He could not be nicer. But I still was nervous to go, hey, you want to do the podcast? Even though he was sitting in the seat that Mike Young is sitting in. But Dillon comes in and just goes, why don't you do the podcast right now, bro?
Come on, man. Come on, let's go.
So he said he'll come on, though. So he's going to come on. But also, Dillon, you should have seen if you could have gotten him to open for us in Phoenix. Because then we sell some tickets.
Well, then you move your show to the arena.
Yeah, exactly.
He sells arena tickets.
And then we warm him up.
Yeah. What a great guy, though. I mean, just so
really cool dude, man.
So we're talking about doing a show together. We'll see if I want to write. But also, just a little ramble on updates. Had a big agency meeting this morning with one of the biggest agencies
Can we
in town.
maybe squeeze him into Ramble On somehow?
100%.
I mean, why not? Right?
By the way, that would definitely, if we end up doing this show together, me and him, it would be a great entree to get him on Ramble On first. But anyway, big agency meeting today. I think we're set with who's going to represent this, I believe, and then we will start moving forward, trying to get people to watch it. Other news before we get to whatever we're going to get to. Kevin Dillon is representing the Chicago Slice Major League Pickleball team.
Yeah, I don't usually dress like this, but I feel like a clown right now. He's got me in all this gear.
You look phenomenal. You're never a clown in Slice gear, bro.
No, I'm kidding, man.
And I'm taking
nice.
it, which maybe you could deliver it.
Hey, they're my favorite pickleball team.
But Dillon, say Slice Country, let's ride, which is...
Slice Country, let's ride.
I'm stealing that.
I don't know any other pickleball teams, though. I have to put that out.
I am stealing that from Russell Wilson. I think he made it corny. The Slice is going to make it cool, so it's going to be Slice Country, let's ride. That's going to be our catchphrase.
I mean, the Slice is a moving pickleball. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. But Mesa, Arizona, we've got our first match against Miami coming up, and we're going to see if this sport can grow because it really seems like it is. ESPN just announced they're going to start showing pickleball. So anyway, I won't talk about it anymore because one of the reviewers said he likes to skip over anytime I mention pickleball. Yeah, so
can you imagine if Doug becomes a professional pickleball, a pro athlete?
I can't
your
be.
dream
Pretty damn good.
Your dream could come true.
Well, let me tell you two things about that because I actually believed that a year ago that was possible. I actually believed, while all these guys, Ryan Sherry and Wes Burrows and Matt McNasty all think like
until you played one, right?
I'm a hack. No, now the same guys that I played a year ago, who were always better athletes than me, but I thought this was a sport I could get rid of their athleticism. And that's no longer possible. So it's gone to a whole other level, and I am proud to admit that I suck when compared to pros. Now, I'll destroy the two of you. But against these guys now, I'm not fast enough, and I'm not strong enough, and I'm not young enough.
We could be on one side of the court against you alone.
Oh, I could beat you and Mike left-handed.
No way. No,
Yeah.
no, Doug.
Yeah,
no,
I could.
no.
I could.
He probably could.
I could. You
He
don't
beat me
understand.
with his phone.
I know. You're great.
It's not about being great. It's about that you've never played, and I will destroy you.
I've played.
All right. Well, anyway, we'll bring you out there, and we'll show you what's what. But
we'll take that challenge, Doug. We will take it.
But
Accepted.
All right. But I want to talk about because the reviews. Do you know what the reviews said? This other review, and people think I'm obsessed with the reviews. I enjoy it. I like to see it. I like to see the positivity, and I hope give Kevin Dillon more positivity because he's very fucking insecure. He needs love. Give it to him. So
I don't even read the reviews.
You know what they said?
What?
They said that we were mean, and I don't know if they mean you. And I don't know why they would mean me, but they meant Connolly. They said we were mean to Stock Tip Dave on the last episode.
I'm always good to stock.
I think so, but you know what they called us?
What?
Jocks. I've never been called a jock my whole life. The guy said, you jocks, picking on Stock Tip Dave. So thank you for calling me a jock.
Now you know how I feel. I am quite a jock.
Now, Dillon, you were in the marching band in high school, so I don't know about...
Is that true?
I did a little bit of marching band stuff.
Oh, man.
And he was a drummer.
Very little, very little.
And he was a drummer, which is, I can't picture...
I was a baseball player.
I could see you being a drummer, Kev, in a band.
Yeah, I still play.
In school.
He was a drummer in the movie The Doors.
I bought drumsticks yesterday. My sticks were all chewed up.
What do you mean chewed up?
They get all chewed up. You hit the cymbals, they start breaking.
All right, so you don't chew on them.
I hit them. I hit the drums hard like a man.
All right, so Kevin Connolly is in Amsterdam. You know nothing about this.
I know he's in Amsterdam. I thought he was going to just look at
I
some
want to.
burlesque shows or something.
I want to see your reaction. I wish I was on a dolly track so I could push in on Kevin Dillon right now. Do you know what he's playing in this movie that he's in?
A jockey? I don't know. You tell me.